Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friendship Pierce, and welcome to my channel. It is Sunday. Happy Sunday, the day the Lord has made. Let us be glad in it. November 16th of 2025. I have 12:13 in the p.m. And yes, I'm going to try to catch up on everything because the last week has been a lot of adjustment for me, and I'm almost back on track, so I can, hey. Just get back in the saddle, get back in the groove. Look, people, ain't nothing like getting back in your groove, back on your square, right? And you can commune with the Lord and just relax a little bit mentally. But I tell you one thing, as soon as I got done with this video here, dark agenda, they'll never teach you this. Blood sacrifices fulfill their playbook. Immediately when I got done, the Holy Spirit began to speak to me. And I just wanted to go live and I didn't care how I looked, but I was really weeping. I was weeping because it's taken me, like I said in this video, 40-something years to put together what I believe is going on in the world as it relates to Satan's plan to finally have the 666 purple rain, not the R-A-I-N, but the R-E-I-G-N, the purple rain. It's taken me this long to crack this thing. But hey, I am glad that I'm here doing YouTube. And whether we agree 100%, I do believe I am on track. I do believe I am on track. Well, let me say this to you. God said one of the biggest sacrifices is in relation to the Middle East war. And I literally stopped in my mental tracks because, again, it was a very emotional response that I had because I just wanted to sit down and have some breakfast, in which I did, and get myself together. And every minute, I just emotionally was breaking down because God just kept sharing events which have happened since October 7th of 2023. Now, I want to show you guys this because this is very important in relation to the video that you're looking at right now, Dark Agenda. I'm going to show you what I believe is a sacrifice that's taking place right now. And arguably, it is one of the biggest sacrifices which is being displayed so that Satan can finally get his kingdom. And we're talking hundreds of thousands of people allegedly have died, not only in this WAR, but the other one, which I can't talk about. But you ain't stupid. And then when you put on top of that hunger and everything else, come on, baby, it's serious. But we are going home soon. We're going home soon, people. Andre Crouch, I met him personally. I used to cover Christian concerts back in the day. And Andre Crouch, back in the day, he sang a song, "Soon and very soon we are going to see the King." If you ever get a little bit down on yourself, put on that old Andre Crouch cut. They call it a cut back in the day. Put that song on. Soon and very soon, we're going to see the King. And I guarantee you that will uplift your spirits. And also, Holy One by Tremaine Hawkins. Tremaine Hawkins, Holy One. Put both them records on, and you be all right. Tell them Pearson sent you. Now, I digress. Check this out. This is what I said at the end of this video. And I tell you, it's one of the most powerful things I've ever said on YouTube. I want you to listen to this thing about sacrifice. Check it out.
America unalived the first 3 out of 5 presidents on July 4th. That set the basis and the course. And America and the world is still unaliving people as they go toward this thing. You wonder why they keep having all these wars overseas? It's the blood shedding. Because in the A-N-D backwards, there is a code and it's power. And so Satan understands that there's life And there is a direction in that code. And Satan told God, I want to be like the Most High. So the first he did when he came down to the planet is not that he got them to sin. He had to shed the first blood between Cain and Abel. That set everything in course for sacrifice. Because again, once you sacrifice, once you spill the blood, once you get a hold of the A&D and put it in a certain direction, now you put that kingdom in a certain course. And then it self-fulfills itself, because that was the first time the earth ever tasted blood. Do you follow me? And once it developed a thirst for that, you keep feeding the earth blood, because it's like a cup with a hole in it. And it knows in order for it to produce a wider kingdom, for Satan to rule and reign in the last days, to call it 666, he has to continue to shed blood. That's the untold story in America and the world. And I pray you get it. I pray you understand exactly what I'm trying to tell you. What this thing is really about. Because like I said, when I was a little bitty boy, I used to spin around in the air and say, God, why this and why not? Why this and why that? Now I understand why. The shedding of blood. But Christ, he shed the omnipotent blood, which covers all of that. That's the deepest part of the message. God.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whomsoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. There's a song that all the saints have sung in church. There is power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. The blood covers all the hurt and the pain and all the destruction and all the doubt. From the mountain high to the valley low, as far as east is from west, no matter what you're going through, Jesus covered it all. That's why God had to send him, because Satan had a targeted message and an objective, and he does it through the blood. The blood, like I said in here, in this video, it sets the course. If you can control the ship, the course that it's on, you can navigate it daily into the direction that you want it to go, away from a God-centered and godly-based life and creation. It's so powerful, the message. I want you to get it. So I want to show you what God showed me exactly when I got done with this thing, okay? The course. What course are we on? We're en route to 666, baby. But don't worry about it. God got it covered. Now look here. It's one of the first things that God brought to my attention. On June 2nd, 2222. June 2nd, 2222. That 222. Queen Elizabeth II placed her hand on the Commonwealth nation's globe at Windsor Castle to symbolically trigger the lighting of the principal beacon for her Platinum Jubilee. This action sent a river of light from Windsor to Buckingham Palace in London, where Prince William was watching as the Tree of Trees sculpture was illuminated. The ceremony marked the end of the first day of the 4-day celebration of her 70th year reign. Now, I looked at this back in the day, and I did a few videos on my last channel, and I believe at least 1 or 2 on this one. But let me show this to you. Watch her as she's in the Phoenician colors of the Tiffany blue. Now we know the tree of life. We know what that is. And we know whom gives us life, and we know who sacrificed his life. We know we are nourished by his blood. As you look at what's transpiring here, I can't help but look at this symbolically as the AND. AND backwards is what? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the code. And it goes as her hand touches it. See the power? It ain't like Christ, but it's power.
The lights will in essence.
And you see the crown. You see the crown. And then you see the lights travel. But it's AND. To me, it's symbolic of the AND. They're calling it something else. But I call it, I submit to you, it's the AND backwards. It's setting the course. Who gets a hold of that thing? Do you understand? Who and what gives it life? So this is what God brought to my memory. He's like, Pearson, this is symbolic of the AND, the life, the course. Now look, I will put the video in the description of the Phoenicians. They were a dastardly group. They sacrificed babies, Moloch, Baal, and Satan. These are the colors that they adorn themselves with, a purple and a Tiffany blue. As you can see, the Queen Mother coincidentally had that on. She has that on, does she not? The purple, the Phoenicians were seamen. They went out to the sea. They collected clams and seashells. In there was a purple dye, the most expensive item of that moment. And even today, it's very expensive. Only the royalty had that. That's where you have the crown. And I call it the purple rain. Now look, 6/2/2022, the Queen Mother placed her hands on that. 11/14/22 of that year was King Charles' birthday. The difference is 165. The 165th day of the year is June 14th. That's his birthday. Like I shared in that other video. What did I say? I said that Britain and America, they surgically never separated. They have the same agenda. It's the one world system to come. Do you understand? So when you look at this thing, it's all about Trump and King Charles. The purple rain, the REIGN. Now look, her birthday is April 21st. Prince died on April 21st, the singer, and Pope Francis died on 4/21. But she gave birth. She was born on April 21st, but she died on 9/8/2022. Take 9/8/2022, subtracted from her birthday coming up that year, if she had lived, was 4/21/2023. What's the difference? The difference to me is the forecast of Donald J. Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania, because on July 13th, they say he got hit in the head. Do you understand? So there is the unalive in relation to the Queen. Yet, when you put Elizabeth and King Charles together, they give birth to the purple rain. Watch this.
Date here, that's 11/14/2025. What is 67? Okay. He was born on 6/7. Prince. And if you think I'm stretching, look at this. I got something else for you. You see this date here? That's 11/14/2025. That's today. That's King Charles' birthday. 4/21/2026 is the birthday of his mother. Anniversary. The difference is what? 158. What is 158? The 158th day of the year is June 7th. And what is June 7th? That's Prince's birthday.
So just like I showed you, the Queen Mother's birthday versus the day she died shows Trump they attempted to unalive him, allegedly. And now you have the Queen Mother's birthday versus her son comes out to the birth of Prince and the Purple Rain. Do you see it? It's all symbolic. But it goes back to the A&D, the birth. See? The code. There's a code in this A&D. There's a code. And it eventually gives life. See? It lights up. It gives life. Let's look again. It gives life. It gives direction for that life. See it? It lights up. It's so deep. To me, they do things right in front of you, but you can't figure it out. But God will show you. Now, this is what the Lord showed me. Sacrifice in full effect beginning October 7th, 2023 towards 666. What happened on 10/7/2023? On October 7, 2023, that's when Hamas attacked Israel. Remember that? This is when the sacrifices began. And remember I showed you this? This is the cover of Economist magazine from October 22nd of 2012. You see this glider, you see his head, his bandana. It says Hamas, aiming at Israel. How did they know 11 years in advance that on October 7th, 2023, they would be attacking them? And then eventually it would lead to what? This. Barack Obama was on a pride boat. Didn't Satan have pride? Did he not get thrown out of heaven? The pride boat is going into a canal. A canal symbolic of like new birth. A woman gives birth from her canal. Do you see the symbolism? Do you think they're telling us the NWO, the golden age? But it all starts with the WAR, Hamas hitting Israel. So the Lord spoke to me as soon as I got done with the video. He said, Pearson, sacrifice in full effect. I gave you the revelation in this video about sacrifice of old, but now let me show you, young man. It's going on in your face now. Take 10/7/2023, the same day, that's the day that Hamas hit Israel, from 12/22/2023, the anniversary of that magazine, Economist magazine, you get what? 222. You know that's the beast system, the Antichrist system. Also, it's 216. What is 216? The 216th day of the year is August 4th. That's Barack Obama's birthday. Is that coincidence? He the Antichrist, ain't he? Is he? Now look, listen to this. Joe Aquaviva 222. Let me go forward. I want to build on this. Your turn, Joe. Check it out.
222. Wow, the biggest number I talk about on this channel. In gematria, Trump equals 222. Order out of chaos, 222. Trump just won the election, 222 days from his birthday. Trump, 222. Donald John Trump Sr., 222. Trump Organization, 222. Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. Ivana Trump died 222 days from her birthday. Ivana, 222. There was a 222-page lawsuit against Trump where he took the stand 222 days from his birthday.
And then let's add to it, the beast of Revelation is 222, the Antichrist system 222, Antichrist Barack Obama 222, and soon to be President Harris 222. Now watch this. This is from iPad Goat 2. Remember, you saw the hand glider in the air, aiming at Israel. Okay. So this is iPad Go 2. He's there. And then what happens after that? The little boy is sitting there, and through his eyes, what do you see? Markets crash, and the war. And there's the jets that fly over the air. Bombs flying. Now, is that what happened? 6/22 of 2025, America bombed Iran. On 10/7 of 2023, Hamas bombed Israel. The difference is 6/24. What is 6/24? That's the date that this video came out. iPad Go 2. Right there. The scenes I just showed you is from there. How is that possible? Because God told me when I got done, I was crying. God said all the sacrifice began on 10/7 of 2023. That's when Hamas hit Israel. Versus 6/22 of 2025, we went after Iran. Gives you 6/24. That's the video. Of which that's the video I showed you everything. It all connects. Not only that, 10/7/2023, the day Hamas hit Israel, versus 6/24/2012, the day the video came out. The difference is 11 years, 3:16. Jesus Christ sacrificed his life, John 3:16. Wow. 3:13, what happened? That's the day that the Pope became the Pope, Pope Francis, on 3:13. We're going to get a new church, a new political system, a new economic system. God is brilliant. Look at what he showed me. 10/7/2023. That's when the sacrifice began in our time. Not that there haven't been others, but this is the one. And what did the Pope do on December 24th on Christmas Eve? He knocked on that door. He knocked on a door that hadn't been opened in ages, right? He knocked on that door. My question, did the blood sacrifices allow this to happen? Did they go into other dimensions and portals? He knocked on this door and opened it up. Those door handles were like, what, 100 plus feet tall at the top? You seen them. You think that ain't Nephilim? Think about what I'm saying. Look how tall those doors are. You think that ain't Nephilim? You think they're not speaking without speaking? He opened up those doors. Look at those doors. Those doors had to be made for giants. The giants are in our land and they're in our government again. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now look, 10/7/2023, Hamas hit Israel. 12/24/2024, the Pope opened the door. The difference is 444. 4 and 4 is 8. 84 gives you what? 8 and 4. Barack Obama was born August 4th. Is that coincidence? And last but not least, 10/7/2026, anniversary of what? When Hamas hit Israel, versus 11/20, a few days from now, they're going to have the funeral of Dick Cheney. That's the same day that Joe Biden's birthday is, 11/20. The difference is 322 skull and bones. What is 46? Dick Cheney was the 46th VP, and Joe Biden was the 46th president. Also is 10:18, like Luke 10:18. I beheld Satan being thrown out of heaven. I'm Franchise Pearson. I pray you understand and appreciate. God bless.